Homelessness. Not exactly a topic that's fun to bring up at the dinner table, especially around the holidays. I know it sucks that the Vols aren't playing at home this week, but you know who's never at home? Because they don't have a home. But all joking aside, homelessness is a serious issue, an issue that is all too prevalent right here in Knoxville. See, I am from the wilderness of northern Wisconsin, and we don't have many homeless people there because, let's just say, it can get a bit chilly in the winter. So when I moved to Knoxville in July, it was a bit shocking and saddening to find out how many homeless people there were down here. Since then, I've become interested in the topic of homelessness, and when we had to pick a topic for my English 101 class, it was easy for me to decide what to take a stance on. I'm not going to beat around the bush here. I made this video to convince you that homelessness is an issue worthy of our attention and concern, and to give some specific examples of how you can help fight homelessness. Hopefully I've piqued your interest. Let's get right to it. Like I said before, homelessness is quite prevalent in Knoxville and has been for quite some time. In November of 1985, Kyle Testerman, the mayor of Knoxville at the time, ordered the formation of what is now known as the Knoxville-Knox County Homeless Coalition. The job of this coalition was, and still is, to study homelessness around Knoxville and suggest ways to reduce it. They produced a biennial study on homelessness that is written through the interviewing of homeless people right here in Knoxville. What the Knoxville-Knox County Homeless Coalition has found is that 47% of homeless people reported having chronic health issues, while 64% reported treatment for mental health issues. 35% have been victims of crime while homeless, and almost half of the people interviewed have at some point been hospitalized for a physical injury while homeless. I'm pretty sure it's common knowledge that being homeless isn't exactly an ideal situation, but I think these statistics show that homeless people need some serious help. So why should you care? Well, there's empathy for one. It's easy to forget about the suffering of others when you're probably watching this video from the comfort of your home, office, or dorm room. But these are people we're talking about, and people should want to help other people, especially when an issue like homelessness is happening so near to us. You see, another Knoxville organization called the Knoxville Homeless Management Information System, or KnoxHMIS for short, produces an annual report that is basically a less in-depth version of the previously mentioned biennial study. In this report, it was found that 73% of the people interviewed reported their last place of residence as being in Knox County or a surrounding county. These people aren't necessarily strangers that wandered into town on a bus or something like that. These are our neighbors, people we know, people we should want to help out of the goodness of our hearts. So, empathy is a big reason to care about this issue. However, there is an economic factor to homelessness that shouldn't be ignored. Not only is homelessness horrible for the people that are actually homeless, but homelessness is very expensive for the society in which homeless people reside. Kevin Corinth, the former lecturer in microeconomics at the University of Chicago, published a report called The Economics of Homelessness, which is a thorough investigation into the connection between homelessness and money. What he found is that homelessness takes a huge financial toll on a local economy. For example, at a homeless shelter, it costs about $13,000 per year per bed. And as we know from the Knoxville-Knox County Biennial Report on Homelessness, 77% of the people interviewed identified emergency shelters as their primary sleeping locations. Couple those costs with medical costs, the costs of law enforcement / court / jail costs, etc., and you have a drain on the economy, which in turn is a drain on the taxpayers. So whether you are a taxpayer, a homeless person, or simply a concerned citizen, it should be in the interest of everyone to find a solution to homelessness, especially here in Knoxville. Let's just say for the sake of this video that I've convinced you homelessness is a real issue, or that you didn't need convincing in the first place. If either of those is the case, the question now becomes, what do we do about it? Well, that's a very tough question to answer, especially because I am an 18-year-old college freshman with slightly above average intelligence and little to no economic knowledge or experience. Luckily, I'm not the one in charge of fixing this problem. The city of Knoxville is. And in 2014, the city of Knoxville approved a plan called Knoxville's Plan to Address Homelessness, which calls for the Knoxville community to come together to work towards the 5 main goals you see on the screen now. You can find a link to the full PDF in the description down below. In my opinion, the two best parts of the document are 1. Knoxville is working to prevent situations that force people to become homeless in the first place, and 2. Knoxville is working to improve access to medical and mental health services, because physical and mental health issues are some of the biggest contributing factors of homelessness. It's good to see that the city of Knoxville is working to deal with this issue, but it's too early to tell if it's working, so we'll just have to wait and see. In the meantime, there are some things that you, as a resident of Knoxville, can do to help fight homelessness. You can donate money to a specific charity that you have researched and feel that you fully support. You can volunteer at a homeless shelter. You can give food to homeless people you meet. And you can elect local public officials that consider homelessness to be a very important issue. Keep in mind that these efforts may seem small to you, but every little bit counts when it comes to helping other people. And that's all I've got for you today, folks. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you learned why homelessness is so important and why you should care about it, and I hope you learned some of the ways that you can help fight it. God bless.